Right, I'm joined now on Castledown Radio by someone that we caught up with at about August last year. I'm joined by Joe McElderry. Hello, Joe.
Hello.
And we're caught up with you today. It's Salisbury City Hall. You're performing on your Set Your Soul Alive tour tonight. How's the tour going so far?
It's good. I think this is show 37, so we're quite far in now. And it's honestly, it's flown by. We've had so much fun. We've had great audiences, and it's been a really just a really natural tour. Sometimes touring can be really, you have to be really careful, and you suffer with voice problems, and you have to be really strict. But this tour has just been really nice and fun, and yeah, it's one of my favourite ones that I've ever done.
And obviously, as you said, the tour date and the number, you're counting down the days till the finish now?
I'm actually not, I'm one of these people that once I get on the road, I could stay out there for the whole year. So I try not to say that too much, otherwise I would never get a day off. But no, I do enjoy it, and I will miss this tour when it finishes. So I'm trying to elongate it as long as possible.
So does that mean then there's a possibility in the future of extra dates added towards the end?
We've already announced a few autumn dates and Christmas dates. So yeah, I mean, it won't be this tour, but it'll be probably a different show with some elements of this tour, I think. But yeah, they've all been announced on my website, so people can check them out. And yeah, it's fun.
And as well as this tour, there's also an acoustic tour as well. So how did kind of performing acoustically go?
Well, I mean, it's not just an acoustic tour. It's more like kind of acoustic dates in and out, and certain shows that I'm doing acoustically. But basically, when I do the acoustic shows, I just strip back the whole show. It's a totally different show. It's just a piano and guitar and a microphone, and basically, it's the rawest. I think the idea behind it for me was that people come and see a show and it's full of lights and what I would class as distractions. And sometimes it's nice to just go and see a show and really just have the music and nothing else, and the voice. So it's a nice contrast. It makes my job a lot harder because I have to concentrate more and I don't have anywhere to hide. But they're great fun, and you can really see the audience appreciate it, I think, seeing like a raw performance.
Must be nerve-wracking though. So many things could go wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest with you, more things could go wrong with this show that we're doing tonight, because you've got lights, you've got the band, you've got so many elements of stuff so that really, when you do an acoustic show, you're actually more free than when you do everything's cued to a second of its life on the show you're going to see tonight. Whereas an acoustic one, if you want to sing another chorus, you can sing another chorus. If you want to finish the song there, you can. So people think, although you strip back, it's actually a lot easier. It's a lot more relaxed.
And as I was saying at the start of the interview, we caught up with you in August of last year. How did kind of the tour in kind of Bournemouth towards Christmas go?
It was good. Well, we did 2 dates at Bournemouth. I did one in the summer on the hottest day of the year, and let me tell you, it was ridiculous. Like, one, you couldn't. We were stuck in. I was late. We're 7 hours in traffic for a 2-hour journey, and I got to the venue at 7:10, and I had to be on at 7:30. So we had to postpone the show to a later time, and then it was literally like everybody on stage was just soaking wet. It was so hot. And then the second time I went, which was towards the Christmas, was the worst weather of the year, and the pier was literally moving because of the waves and the wind and, hailstone, everything. So I got 2 contrasts of Bournemouth.
And of course today you come to Salisbury, and it's going to possibly be one of the hottest days of the year with today's weather as well.
I've been for a run along the river. I've had a nice little relaxing afternoon here.
How did you find Salisbury when you kind of went on your run?
I have this app on my phone that you just kind of press a route and it tells you where to go. It's like a sat nav for running, which is pretty cool. It's like a Nike app. So I'll probably get wrong for endorsing that, but and I went 3 miles down the river and then came back, and it was very hot, but some beautiful parks, and yeah, it was really nice.
And of course, as well, when you're away on tour, kind of running, is that kind of your escape from kind of the night tour?
Well, it's just, to be honest with you, it's quite a hyperactive show, this. It's almost 2 hours long, and every night. And I find that if I do a little run about 3 or 4 times a week, it keeps us fit enough to do the show, and fit enough, just not to get run down with anything. And it's also keeps you in good shape, keeps us looking healthy, and stops us being rolled onto the stage like a big ball.
And I have to say as well, kind of checking your Instagram, every time you run, you do kind of put a picture of kind of your coloured trainers as well.
Yes, my trainers have become a little bit of a talking point on Twitter with some of the fans, but I got these luminous green trainers, and they're my favourite. They're the most comfortable trainers ever. So I feel like I need to pay respect to them, you know. So I put a little picture on, and I like to do a little runstagram, as I call it. You know, documenting it, because it proves I'm out there running. I think some people think I just make it up.
So that means then the Salisbury Run, there's a runstagram kind of out there?
I took a picture today. I have got the track as proof and the amount of time I did and everything, so maybe I'll post that.
And of course, it's the first time performing tonight at City Hall. What can people expect from tonight's show?
Tonight's show is probably this kind of covers every single album. There's almost a track off every album in this show, and there's some brand new material in there. So I wrote some songs last year. I've put them in. Got some of the classical stuff, got some of the pop stuff. I think basically, if you want to just sit and listen to a song and a nice ballad, you can do that. If you want to get up and dance and sing along, you can do that. If you've come to hear the classical stuff, there's a big section with that in. I try to just make my shows just cover every kind of genre of music that I've done, you know, and I always kind of think, like, when I'm planning a show and a set list, I imagine I'm looking out into a theatre and picturing age groups of people, and I pick songs that I think would fit to each age group, so that no matter what, how old, young, whatever you've come to see, you're bound to go away with seeing at least something that you're interested in.
And of course, when you talk about new material, I know last time we spoke there was talk of a new album. What's kind of latest on that?
Well, I've been still writing while I've been on the road, and hopefully I'll get a bit of time in between the dates in the autumn and when this tour finishes. But to be honest with you, I'm not really rushing it. I think when the time's right, I'll go back in the studio and I'll record one. I think with the tour, you know, it's give people the opportunity to hear some new material, so it'd be nice to get some new material out there and release it. And there's a couple of songs that I've got in mind that I'd like to put out there, so hopefully there'll be space this year, but if not next year, yeah, definitely.
And your song with Dionne Warwick, that was just about to be released last time we obviously spoke, so how did that kind of go?
It was good. We did a track for World Hunger Day, and it was a big charity awareness track that was basically sent around the world to all kind of government things and all serious things that I don't get involved with, but but yeah, it was sent all around there to basically promote the charity and promote World Hunger Day. So it was an incredible success for that, and it was great fun. You know, obviously to work with somebody like her was incredible, and to watch how somebody of her level works, it was insane. She's such a talented woman.
And did she give you any tips?
No, but she didn't actually. But she did give. She was very complimentary. And said I had a lovely voice and I was a great performer and things like that. But she was just a really nice person to be around, very chilled, and just still very passionate about music. You know, she went in the studio. She knew exactly what she wanted. She knew what she was doing, how she wanted it to sound. You know, and you think somebody like her has been in the industry for so long, you'd think she'd be bored of it, but she was still really interested, which was refreshing to see, because I meet younger people than her who are already bored of it, and it's such a shame.
Yeah.
Not naming any names.
I was going to say, no. And of course, kind of this year, obviously you're kind of working on your album. Is there kind of any singles kind of going to be coming out this year?
Oh, well, I think it would be nice to. There's a song in this show called "Set Your Soul Alive," and it's a fun kind of pop song. It's a fun pop kind of sing-along anthem-y kind of song. I'd like to put that out. The thing is that if I was to release something, I want to have the time to promote it properly. I don't want to just put it out there and not being able to promote it. So when the time's right, and if there's a big enough gap in the diary, aside from the dates, then it'll be out. Or maybe I could just give a little surprise to fans, but we'll see.
So watch this space.
We'll see.
And last time we spoke, and this is kind of on a personal nature, we were talking all about kind of your influences. You know, you were saying about Jessie J, and then we got talking about Lady Antebellum last time. Did you ever check out that YouTube clip of Lady Antebellum and Stevie Nicks performing?
Yeah, well, they did it at the Grammys again, didn't they?
Yes.
Because I seen the one you sent us, which you told us to check out, which was good. But then they've recently just done one with all of Fleetwood Mac. at the Grammys. When was the Grammys? I think, was it February? Yeah, which was incredible. But both artists, both of them, we've just been talking about Fleetwood Mac in the sound check actually today, because I want to perform a Fleetwood Mac song. Yeah, I love them. So you've just reminded us that there we are. Maybe that's a sign.
Yeah,
maybe that's a sign.
Is it going to be Fleetwood Mac coming up on possible future tour dates?
Maybe. I mean, one of my favourite songs of all time is "Everywhere" by Fleetwood Mac. So I'd like to do that, and I like to just put songs in, every now and again that people don't expect to hear, because it's nice, to show different styles of music that you don't necessarily sing.
And moving on from the Set Your Soul Alive tour, kind of all the tour dates all completed. What's next for you?
Do you know, not that that's enough. Everybody always asks that, and I think, God, okay, you want more? To be honest with you, this year is pretty much planned within an inch of its life, and at the start of this year, aside from the tour, I planned not to plan anything, if that makes sense. And it's kind of all backfired. But I think part of that is because I've just kind of thought, I'll do that. So I planned not to plan anything. So by the end of the year, I would imagine I'll probably want a massive long holiday. And then, just more performing, more music, more, maybe another crazy TV show like The Jump, who knows?
I was going to talk about that. Obviously, The Jump, you won as well, and we obviously saw as well, you were on Celebrity Pointless. How was that?
Yeah, well, that was on a couple of weeks ago, I think, but I filmed that about 2 years ago. Right. So, I look a lot younger on that one. But yeah, I was pointless, to be honest. I was terrible. I was very bad. And my best friend that I took on with us was even worse. And he made me look very unintelligent, which we did have a big row after.
I was going to say, yeah. And of course, as well, talking kind of about other TV shows, you probably heard kind of all in the newspapers, there's rumours of you possibly doing Strictly Come Dancing this year?
Well, I'm always the last to know these rumours. I see them every single year, and I don't know why. I think it's just because I've done reality TV shows. I'd love to do it, to be honest with you. It would be a really fun thing to do. You'll see in the show tonight, I love dancing. I do like a little shimmy across the dance floor and all of that. So I'd love to give it a go, but I haven't been asked. But if I was asked, I'd definitely consider it. But I don't know why. Every year it seems to just pop up in the papers that my name's going to be on there. And everyone's like, oh my God, I get loads of text messages saying, congratulations, good luck and everything. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know. So we'll see.
And yet you have a good track record as well of winning reality TV shows as well.
I'm starting to put a bit of a pressure on myself now, I think. So unless I could do it, I've done hat trick. The jump was a hat trick.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it, a 4 in a row, but I'd try it. I'd give it a go if I went on one.
And how was the jump? Was it kind of nerve-wracking?
Well, I love skiing. And I thought when I signed up for the show that it would be nice, leisurely skiing like you do on holiday. And then I found myself at the top of a 40-metre vertical ski jump. So it was scary, but one of the best experiences that I've ever done, because I've never, from X Factor to Pop Star to Star, I've never been pushed so far out of my comfort zone, ever. And that's once you get past the scary part of that, it's actually quite a really freeing feeling once you do it, because you actually realise that some of your fears that you actually thought were massive aren't that big anymore. So I was always never really a daredevil. I was always never really a risk taker. I was always very cautious and play it safe and do things. And I got pushed so far out of my comfort zone that I'm a lot more kind of like, all right, yeah, I'll try that, So it was actually a really positive thing. And being out in Austria for a month, around in the mountains and skiing every day in the snow, it was just brilliant. It was like a big skiing party with insane bruises.
I was going to say, some of the people that took part as well, they kind of got injured and all sorts of crazy injuries.
Honestly, I didn't have nowhere near as bad injuries as anybody else. I was very fortunate. But I came home and my legs were black and blue, and I went to bed and I didn't get up for 3 days. And I thought, I'm going to have a hip replacement. Like, I could, when you go to the gym,
yeah,
you've done sit-ups and you think, that really aching today. It was like even that my fingertips were like aching. I think my body just seized up for 3 days. Yeah, it was interesting.
And of course, you're performing tonight at City Hall. But if anyone kind of can't make tonight's venue, where else can they see you?
We're going. I think From near here.
Yeah.
From. We're going to. I don't know when that is though. Basically, you can check out all the dates. On joemcElderryofficial.com. All the dates now from today until the end of July are there, and all the way till Christmas, basically. So I'm sure they'll be able to find us somewhere. I'm easy to track down.
And of course, fans can follow kind of all your running on social media. How do they find you on there?
Twitter is Joe McElderry91, and I think so is Instagram at Joe McElderry91, and Facebook's facebook.com Joe McElderry Official, I think. Yeah, just type it in, you'll find us.
just stick it in that search engine.
Forget.
Well, thanks very much for your time today. Good luck with tonight's show, and I'm sure we'll catch up in the future.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.